Hello comrades, it's me, Winona Ryder from the hit show Stranger Things, and welcome back to Foundation and to our lovely coastal whoops. That's not how we introduce ourselves with the zones all showing. Hide those zones. There we go. Here is our lovely coastal town. Now you can see it in all its coastal glory. And so today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be continuing our beautifying and expansion and rezoning, I guess, with moving the houses from the middle here to one of the two sides, because that's just how I've decided to make it, apparently. So let's go ahead and do it. Last time we already started a little bit with this, and what I also want to do is let's just buy this zone. And let's add a beep 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 warehouse. Just click everything except the warehouse, it's fine. And we're gonna place it right here. And we're going to add a lumber camp right. Ooh. Does that work? Here? These blue things are always weird because I never know where they can actually walk. Because sometimes it feels like they can just walk through the blue stuff, and other times it's very clear that they cannot. I guess that's enough cows. I don't know how many cows you're meant to have. This is the thing that I feel like, this game talks a lot about like zoning and how it's very off, like you're zoning it, you're not like manually putting things down, but a lot of the things are way too manual, I think. Obviously, probably a lot of this stuff is, early access stuff, but I would like it to be more like you can just zone pastures, and based on the amount of pastures that are zoned, that's how many sheep you get, or cows, or whatever. And I also think it might be cool to have, so this is a thing that I might actually post in the Discord about. I don't know if this is a suggestion that anyone else has made, but you know how the monastery can make wine, and they can make honey, and they can make all these things. So what I thought would be cooler, instead of like you manually making this stuff, would be like you make a monastery, and then you just designate land that is monastery land, and you can't build on it, you can't do anything with it directly, but you could use maybe your religious influence to influence the monks and be like, hey, you know what would be cool if you guys made some more honey, or you know what would be cool if you guys made herbs or whatever. And you can just kind of like influence them, basically spend your religious influence to have the monastery be making stuff that you need, and then the monks essentially sell it to the people in your thing. Also, I promised a couple videos ago in the comments that I would show a little trick that I use to make straight lines in crops, and this is what I do. I'm just gonna pause because I don't want them to build, but essentially, so making straight lines is pretty difficult in this game unless you have a really steady hand. You kind of always have a bend. So what I do is I'll press it down, and then I'll use the keys, WASD keys, to move it around. So what I'll do is then I will select an angle like this, and then I'll just do a straight line like this. And that's how you kind of get straight lines. I really like having everything in a very specific shape. I just get anxious if it's not a shape that is pleasing. So then I'll just, I'll end up just doing this all the time. I'll be like, oh no, it's not good enough. Oh no, I hate it again. And I'll just keep doing it. So I edit a lot of that out whenever I do these. But every time that I'm doing farms, I'm essentially just kind of like, usually I'll just, do it like this. And then I'll be like, okay, let's try to do a good angle. And then I'll investigate if I like the angle. And I like this angle. I think that works. I just realized that this side I shouldn't have done it yet because I've been meaning to expand it. So let's just do this. Nope, that's good. Obviously, we're still going to cut these trees out. This is still a work in progress. So, don't worry about that. But yeah, what I wanted to do is I wanted to give this one a little bit of a better slice. But yeah, that's essentially the trick. Just hold down your mouse, don't move your mouse at all. Just press down the mouse, don't move it, and instead move the screen with the WASD keys. So like I just press W and that's it. Just press W to make a straight line. And that's my little cheat. And I don't know if anyone else finds it useful, but I like it and I use it whenever I need to make straight lines in this game. Oh, now this one bothers me. See, this is the problem though. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the bad place. Is me being tasked with making a straight line in Foundation. Ooh. I don't like this. We'll leave it be. Just because I've just checked and it's 7 hours into the... No, 7 hours. It's 7 hours into me making a straight line. No, 7 minutes into me trying to make a straight line. And unless you are obsessed with perfect shapes. But yeah, essentially, if you want to make like a square, if you do this, you're always going to have these rounded corners. So if you want rounded corners, that's a good way to do it. And you can also, like, you can make things that are like, okay, bigger rounded corners. But then if you want to get straight corners, you just need to essentially, what I'll do is I'll do something like this, and then in order to have straight corners, I'll make it oversized, and then I'll shave off the rounded corners. So in order to really get these good hard angles. And that's how you get a square. And that's the trick. It's not much of a trick. Good. What were we doing? Oh, one thing I did notice is that the weaponsmith doesn't have a negative desirability area, which is really good now that we've decided that we want people to live closer to here. So I'm going to make one weaponsmith here just because I want to leave some space over there for potential future additions, even though I think we've kind of maxed out our iron production. We probably can't add much more of this stuff. But it, you know, it's looking okay for now. And we'll add one weaponsmith and then we'll see how that goes. And I also want to add residential here. And obviously it's going to be a very small amount of houses. And over here I actually don't want them to build over that because it won't look nice. But I was thinking of turning these stones into some kind of a garden, just using a lot of bushes to cover the stones, and then have it kind of naturally look like it's like a stone-based garden. So that might be a thing we'll try. But I did want to do something else as well. This has been built, so let's assign people and assign wood, all the wood in the world. I think the sawmill has a negative area effect, yeah, so we're not going to make a sawmill inside. We might make that outside once we've done that, but for now, these are just temporary woodcutters that are helping us clear everything out. That's their goal in life, is to clear all these trees out so that our people can farm normally. And then I'm thinking I'm going to have 3 of wheat, and then possibly 3 of, or maybe 2 of hops. And we'll see. We'll see. You know, we will see. We will take our eyeballs and use them to see. One thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to take a look at this. So, there was originally a plan with this, and I don't like how it turned out. And what I actually want to do now is something that's not going to be as optimal in terms of the amount of work getting done, but it's going to look better. So my plan was take that and spread it out. So the fish are here, and to maybe make it look better, can't make any serfs yet. Oh, they're in the middle. How many of these do we have? What happened to all our serfs? Oh, I guess we made some soldiers out of them. So 3. And then let's also do an extra 15. Why not? That's 15. 100 serfs, 100 commoners. We are so good. Good. So yeah, the idea was, and this is gonna make the coast look a little bit different, and I'm worried about the roads. That's the only thing that concerns me. But I think in terms of buildings, it's going to look better because they're not going to be that close together. So essentially what I want to do is I want to make it look a little bit more natural, a little bit more sort of, oh, they're just, you know, there's just houses that are just like strewn about, rather than someone put a bunch of houses in a row and that's what we're looking at. Like at any point in the game, that's exactly what it looks like you're looking at. You're just looking at someone putting a bunch of houses in a row. So I figured if we kind of strewn them out a bit and made them face different directions, it might look a little bit more natural. The roads, I don't know about the roads. We'll see what they'll end up looking like, but that was the idea. Let's take a look at how our wool is doing. Our wool is doing fine. That's good. Our milk is also doing fine. We might actually be able to add a cheeseman. Cheesemaker, do you have a negative? Cheesemaker doesn't have a negative thing of a thing. So that means Cheesemaker can live on the inside of the of the walls. But where do we put them? Oh, that could work. Because I don't know if anyone's going to want to live here, so... You know, these are always the questions. It's like, is someone going to live here, or is it just going to be an empty bit of nothing? And now it's even harder to tell because they don't just fill it in. They only live there if they have a place to work nearby. So, but look, oh, what are you? We're going to upgrade you soon enough. I'm keeping an eye on making sure that all the houses in here are upper class houses. Look at all these houses. I'm really glad that we're getting a house over here because I was worried we would end up getting nothing there. I don't know what we're gonna do with this space. Maybe we can put another sheep farm or something here. But essentially this is what's gonna be the outside of the walls is for farms. Cool. We're gonna unassign you. I'm gonna assign you here. Actually, no. You know what? We're not gonna demolish this one. No, we are gonna demolish this one because I don't want them to be equally spaced out. And we're gonna... Oh, sorry. Sorry, Claude. Sorry, Claude. You're now unemployed. Oh, these are facing stupidly. Let me try to fix that. Can I please attempt to fix? Mail. You will try to get a fix. Will that work? Let's see if that one works. That might be okay. Oh, look, a house! Oh, someone's moving real close to where they're working. That's good. Yeah, let's think about this little garden. So, what I thought is I want to see how much I can do with just spiraling walls. And just experimenting a little bit. Okay, so there's clearly something weird here, but... Maybe it's something like this? Little spirals? No! You must obey. Oh, I think this is fine. Maybe just use these a little bit. That's another thing. Instead of maybe, you know, putting gardens down manually like this, why don't we get someone who is gardener? And then you can designate areas and you can tell the gardeners what kind of things to plant. But yeah, I think Foundation needs to decide kind of how far it really wants to push this idea of, oh, you can designate areas and then things happen. Because I think, you know what this reminds me of now? Those rolls, those, like, the cake. You know? Oh, they're so good. They're filled with strawberry. I want one of them now. But no, you know what I mean? In terms of, like, the way that it was advertised, or at least the way that I saw it, was that, like, you're designating areas and then things happen and you don't really have full direct control. And that's kind of what intrigued me about Foundation as well, because it was something that was looking like it was going to be very new. And now it's a pretty standard city builder. It's a very good city builder, but in terms of the features, it feels alright. It feels standard though. So I was thinking it might be cooler if we would have more things like, you know, you're not directly in charge of everything, but instead it's more like everything is more you know, you use some kind of influence to do stuff. And the groundwork is there because we do have these influence points. And I think you could do something really cool with that. You know, instead of directly telling people every single thing, maybe this influence thing can be how you get stuff done. I think that would be really cool, and that would probably work really well as well. I think I like what we've made here. Obviously, the stones are a little bit too obscured now. That's not what I had in mind. I thought I would do something different entirely. This is a bit too much. It's a bit too much, isn't it? Continues making it too much. No! Stop this! You've done enough! Stop it! Someone take this bush away from me! Absolutely too much has happened here. I wonder if this will make it better or worse. But at least in terms of desirability, I feel like we've reached something, right? No, that's not the thing I wanted to click. A very concentrated area of high desirability that nobody can live near because it's just a mess. Oh boy. I might get back at that at some point later. But, you know, I got distracted because I was thinking about other things. We need more church. I don't want to add more commoners right now. Maybe that's what's missing over here. Maybe instead of this, I could have made a church. And we wouldn't have a ball of nonsense. I like the ball of nonsense, not gonna lie. But it is a ball of nonsense, let's be honest. It is such a ball of nonsense. But we can maybe start taking some of these houses out. I wonder how far I'm gonna go with that wall. Oh, so many people getting evicted in one go! In one fell swoop! But I honestly feel positively about this idea of not having people live out here. You know what I don't feel positively about? This web of roads. I never like a web of roads. I think webs of roads should be banned. Oh, look at this house over in the cliff. These people just straight up living inside of the hill. I love it. Well done, people. Oh, I said I would keep an eye on you to promote you. Sorry, next time. It's gonna be a new month rolling around soon. And look, this is coming along nicely. It's fine. The trees just highlight how stupid it is though, so let's remove the trees. It really reminds me of those cakes, and I really want one right now. You know what I could have done instead is used some kind of a thing as an excuse to add a well? But no. Or maybe I still could. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? Is that going to work? That's the question. That's the question du jour. Is this gonna work? And then just push this a little bit further in. Let's see if that works. Cause that might be cool. Or maybe if we just gave it a little bit more of a... Yeah, that might work. Oh, nobody decided to join. They were all like, they're just building stupid shit over there. Look at them. Look at what they're doing. And honestly, they are correct. They are correct in judging me. But I'm pleased. We made this look a little bit better. Marginally better. Yolanda. I want Yolanda. Okay, I guess female will work there. It's fine. Sorry, Yolanda, you're unemployed now. I feel like this looks okay. It looks a bit more natural. I don't know how I feel about these two that are just kind of together, but I just wanted to break up the monotony, and I don't know if I've broken up the monotony or created an abomination. Perfect place for a signpost. Let's see if they use this well and how well they use it. How well do they use the well? Is well use. Our tools are still hitting 500, which is nice, even though we are selling them and turning them into swords. Our coal is okay. Our iron and wood are okay. Good. This is what I like. Look at that little sign. Look at it, just being a little sign. I like that. I like that little sign. What is this? Oh, I guess people went to church. Yeah, so let's just wrap this one up with a little church. A little church, so small, out here in the wilderness. Oh, she's a church, look at that. We love her. Okay, but now's the question, do we want this church to be over here or do we want it to be somewhere else entirely? It will help with the desirability issue. I just think it might be weird having the church next to the blacksmiths. Oh, but I like it. Maybe it should be... Goodbye. Goodbye, extra piece. Maybe the church should be over here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that too. Maybe that's what deserves to be over here on the cliff. Ah, so many options. Like maybe we can even stick it in there. That's a big tower. Calm down, tower. Just calm down by one. Calm down by one. Calm down. Thank you. It was a crucial difference. Right, okay. Oh no, now it's not as good as it was before. I've ruined it. I've ruined it. I've made it bad. Somehow. Well, I guess it was always bad and I just didn't notice before. No, this is fine. This is weird. I guess I just looked at it from one angle before, huh? Oh well. No, don't snap ya beach. Okay, we're just gonna do... Oh no, the back is not working. It does not work in the back. Maybe the back can have a little bulge. Maybe the back can just have a door and it will work? You know what? It'll work. Sometimes you just have to say, you know what? That's it. That's fine. It's fine. It's enough. It's good. Stop adding things. Oh, but that also kind of works now. Also, do we want it to be one of these other ones? Nah. Maybe we can just move this one a little bit further in. Oh, now it doesn't work though. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at who these people are. Tell me who you are. Transporter, unemployed, 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 fisherman, unemployed, unemployed, unemployed. Okay, so you just have to find them. And I find that the best and easiest way to find them is by looking at their jobs. But I am having trouble right now, of course, because we are recording. I guess I'll just cut this out like a pro. I might leave this in just so I sound like an idiot. Okay, so yeah, I find the easiest way to find them is by looking at what they do. And then once you find them, you just go, okay, you are now promoted. And now we find the other ones who are all unemployed. Except for 202, who is a fisherman. There she is, and the other ones are 1336, 129, and 1837. These guys are just lucky that they're living up here. And then we can promote another 4. We just need to promote 4 because then we'll have 110 commoners and it will be a nice number, and the house will upgrade anyway because more than half of the people will be upgraded. At least I think that's how it works. That's how it's worked before. I like that we're promoting just unemployed people. 5, 6, 5. You're a market tender. You've got a job. 565. 656. 565. There he is. Alright, so that was the objective, to promote these houses, and hopefully they're going to start upgrading Toot Sweet. And sadly, I'm going to need to move this church just a tiny bit further back. Houses are upgrading as requested. We can put a gargoyle up there. Look at that, it's a gargoyle. And put another gargoyle up there. So many gargoyles. You can have all the gargoyles you've ever wanted. And honestly, I think this looks really dumb with the thing. And I wonder if we could just rotate it. I know that at this point I'm being annoying, and I will probably edit a lot of this out. Maybe I'll leave this in so I sound like an idiot. The one big concern I have is that, like, once these houses start upgrading, they're gonna look different, and they're gonna have different pathing, and they're gonna be like, we can't walk here now. And it's like, yeah, that's not my fault. That is literally the opposite of my fault. You've decided to do something stupid with your house, and now you are blaming me for your lack of foresight. Oh. Oh. Yes. I don't hate it anymore. I hate it again. Oh. Yes. Oh no. I'd still love it if there was an action for you to just grab everything and move it, even if it's not snapped together, but just like grab the entire construction. Because I think a lot of the times I'm like, ah! You know, you make a plan and then you kind of want to maybe see it at a different place, and then you move it there, and then you're like, doesn't look as good, and then you want to move it back, but it doesn't want to move back as easily. And then you got to realign all the things that haven't been snapped. It just would be nice if we could avoid that. Alright, I think we're done with this church. We're going to tell them to build it. And oh my goodness, the Lord is punishing us for building an ugly church. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, the Lord, for that. See, this is why we don't go to church, people. You build a church, and then just God punishes you, and it's just not great, is it? I think our food supplies are good for the storm, and yeah, we are going to ride out this storm in the next video. For today, I believe we are done. We have achieved all that we wanted to achieve. We have gotten rid of a lot of these trees, which will allow us to possibly start the production of hops. I don't know what to think about this spiral thing. I have no idea what to think about it. It's weird. It's weird. We all know it. We all see that it's weird. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to do all the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video, and you can also check out some of the stuff that I'm popping on screen, which are some of my other videos, such as various city builders and management games like Odd Realm or God games like the Universim, and you can check those out. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of your life, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.